Hi, today is Saturday, February 1st, 2025. I only have 10 minutes to go before it becomes February 2nd, the Sunday. There was a crash in Chicago, I think, airplane crash again, killing several people. I heard that it landed on the cars and the house, so that there were casualties on the ground too. Everybody wants to visit America, or some of them want to live in America. But with Trump at the helm, probably it's much more difficult now to do so. Let's find out how we can move to America and have a job, a legitimate job, on a temporary or on a fixed term basis. Since I'm getting old, I don't think I would move there and live there forever, but I would be happy to live in America for 1 to 3 years. I wouldn't complain for 4 or 6 years. If the job is good and it pays me well, no problem. And also, I just want to experience American life and also explore various nice places and the cultural aspects there. The reason I am trying to read this article is to learn about the getting a job in America and the related visa application and acquisition. And also, I would like to read this article to practice English. Since I am Korean and I work for Korea Telecom KT, the number one carrier in Korea, I'm not a native speaker. So that means I need to practice English on a daily basis to stay on par and not to lose any vocabulary that I learned, or rather, I would like to keep learning or acquiring vocabulary. I would like to learn more words and how native English speakers use the words, expressions, sentences on a daily basis. And also, probably I could make more money by understanding English much better. By the way, I score perfect on TOEFL and TOEIC tests. IELTS, I can't because it's more like a subjective English test exam, which means that I need to speak in English and they grade me. Of course, since I am not a native speaker, they don't give me 100 points there. But with the TOEFL and TOEIC tests, they all are given on a no, with just multiple choices and listening exam. It doesn't grade me for speaking competency. Of course, I'm sure that I could score perfect on the speaking skills too, but luckily so far I just scored perfect on the paper-based tests, TOEFL and TOEIC tests. If you want to learn English and you are Korean, you can contact me and I could teach you how to be competent in English and score perfect on TOEFL and TOEIC tests. But above all, I would like to teach you how to read English books, right? I've read a lot of English books. I've read Time magazine for 3 to 5 years so far. And all other magazines and the materials on the internet, contracts, all the official documents, all the bureaucratic documents too. So you need to read an extensive English materials to be competent on your reading skills and your vocabulary acquisition and the grammatical understanding, and also listening skills. They come in handy when you are competent in your reading skills. Well, let's just get down to business and start to read. This article is from Travel State Gov, right? Department of State, Bureau of Consular Affairs, right? The title is Temporary Worker Visas, right? Overview. A citizen of a foreign country who wishes to work in the United States must first get the right visa. If the employment is for a fixed period, the applicant can apply for a temporary employment visa. There are 11 temporary worker visa categories. Wow, not just one, but 11. Most applicants for temporary worker visas must have an approved petition. Okay, they all needs to have an approved petition. The prospective employer must file the petition on behalf of the applicant. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, right? USCIS reviews the petition. Temporary worker visa categories, visa category, and general description about an individual in this category. Sometimes some authors use visa categories like a plural form instead of singular form. So both are correct, but visa category sounds more professional. A general description, same thing. Some authors would have said general descriptions, but just a singular looks more tidy and to the point. H-1B, person in specialty occupation. For applicants working in a specialty occupation, applicants must have at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent experience in the specialty occupation. Includes fashion models, physicians, and DoD project participants. Okay, so fashion models, they all have H-1B visa. Physicians, the doctors, right? And DoD project participants. H-1B1, Free Trade Agreement Professional, Chile and Singapore. For applicants from Chile or Singapore working in a specialty occupation, applicants must have at least a bachelor's degree or equivalent experience in the field of specialization. Note, this is not a petition-based visa. For application procedures, please refer to the website for the U.S. Embassy in Chile or the U.S. Embassy in Singapore. H-2A, Temporary Agricultural Worker. For applicants performing temporary or seasonal agricultural work, only citizens or nationals of these designated countries are eligible for this visa. There are limited exceptions. Only citizens or nationals of designated countries are eligible for this visa. I wonder if Koreans are designated eligible for this visa, because I am interested. H-2B, temporary non-agricultural worker. For applicants performing temporary or seasonal non-agricultural work, only citizens or nationals of designated countries are eligible for this visa. There are limited exceptions. H-3, trainee or special education visitor. For applicants receiving training other than graduate medical or academic training in any field that is not available in their home country. Applicants may also participate in practical training programs in the education of children with mental physical, or emotional disabilities. Okay. Yep. Probably I could work with children with mental, physical, or emotional disabilities. So maybe I could enroll into practical training uh, with a H-3 visa and get a job in America and work there for 3 years, recuperate from the educational or training fees, expenses, and make more money than what I poured in. And also, along the way, get to meet a lot of American people and travel to nice touristy places. L. Intra-company transferee for applicants working in a managerial or executive capacity or applicants working in a position requiring specialized knowledge. The petitioner must be a branch, parent, affiliate, or subsidiary of the applicant's current employer. Applicants must have worked for same employer abroad for 1 year within the 3 preceding years. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, so intra-company transferee. O. Individual with extraordinary ability or achievement. For applicants with an extraordinary ability or achievement in the field of science, art, education, business, or athletics. Also for applicants who are internationally recognized in the motion picture and television fields. This category includes persons assisting the above individual. Wow, that's good. For applicants with an extraordinary ability or achievement in the field of science, art, education, business, or athletics. That's good. So far, I am not eligible to do so, even though I like science and engineering, business, right? And I am not a TV celebrities either. P1. Individual with a team athlete or member of an entertainment group. Individual or team athlete or member of an entertainment group. For applicants who are recognized athletes or members of an entertainment or sports group, they must perform at a specific athletic competition or entertainment performance. Includes persons providing essential services in support of the above individual. So trainers, right, managers, they all can move to America, right, together. If they are an excellent athlete, like a footballer, right, soccer team player, or they are part of the music idol group, or if you are managers for them, you are eligible to move with stars, right? P2, artist or entertainer, individual or group. For applicants performing individually or in a group, they must be part of a reciprocal exchange program between an organization in the United States and an organization in another country. Includes artists providing essential services in support of the above individual. Okay. They must be part of a reciprocal exchange program. P3. Artist or entertainer, individual or group. For applicants performing, teaching, or coaching, they must be part of a program that is unique. The program can also be a traditional, ethnic, folk, cultural, musical, theatrical, or artistic performance or presentation. Includes persons providing essential services in support of the above individual. In support of, that's good term I would like to remember, man. Right? Here. In support of the above individual. In support of the above individual. Q1. Participant in an international cultural exchange program. For applicants participating in an international cultural exchange program, the program can be for cultural labor and training, or to share the history, culture, and traditions of the applicant's home country. Cultural exchange program. The program can be for cultural labor and training, or to share the history, culture, and traditions of the applicant's home country, man. Labor certification. Certain visa categories need an approved labor certification. First, the prospective employer must apply for the labor certification with the Department of Labor. Then the prospective employer can file the petition for a non-immigrant worker, Form 129, labor certification, then petition for a non-immigrant worker, right? Please refer to the instructions for Form 1 I-129 on the USC's website to confirm if you need labor certification. Petition approval. Some temporary worker categories are limited in the total number of petitions which can be approved on a yearly basis. Before an applicant can apply for a temporary worker visa, USC's must first approve the petition for a non-immigrant worker Form I-129. For more information about the petition process, see Working in the U.S. and Temporary Non-Immigrant Workers on the USC's website. Once USC's approves the petition, it will send the prospective employer a notice of action, Form I-797, same-sex marriage. How to apply? You may apply for a visa when USCIS has approved your petition. There are several steps in the visa application process. The order of these steps and how you complete them may vary at the U.S. Embassy or consulate where you apply. Please visit the embassy or consulate website for instructions on how to apply. Complete the online visa application. Typo there, man. You didn't delete the second one. Online immigrant visa application, Form DS-160. Learn more about completing the DS-160. You must first, 1. Complete the online visa application, and 2. Print the application form confirmation page to bring to your interview. Kind of receipt, right? Confirmation page. Photo. You will upload your photo while completing the online form DS-160. Your photo must be in the format explained in the photograph requirements. Schedule an interview. Applicants of a certain age may not need to have an interview. Consular officers have the discretion to interview any applicant regardless of age. Consular officers have the discretion, right? That's a good term. Good cliche kind of. Consular officers have the discretion to interview any applicant regardless of age. Consular officers have the discretion to interview, right? Any applicant, regardless of age. If you are age 13 and younger, then an interview is generally not required. 14 to 79 required, some exceptions for renewals. 80 and older, generally not required. You must schedule an appointment for your visa interview at any U.S. embassy or consulate, right? Consular officers, consulate, where you live. However, it may be difficult to qualify for a visa outside of your place of a permanent residence. Wait times for interview appointments vary by location, season, and visa category. You should apply for your visa early. Review the interview wait time for the location where you will apply. You will need to provide the receipt number to schedule an interview. The receipt number is printed on your approved petition for a non-immigrant worker Form I-129 or Notice of Action Form I-797. Prepare for your interview. Fees. Pay the non-refundable visa application fee if you are required to pay it before your interview. When your visa is approved, you must also pay a visa issuance fee if applicable to your nationality. Fee information is provided below. So you have to pay for the interview and also you have to pay for the visa issuance, right? Fees. And they are non-refundable. They are not refundable, man. So they are called non-refundable visa application fee. $205. Damn. Let's see. Korea. Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Right? Visa. I'll just go back to all fees. Reciprocity fees. Non-immigrant visa applicants from certain countries, areas of authority, may be required to pay a visa issuance fee after their application is approved. These fees are based on the principle of reciprocity. When a foreign government imposes fees on U.S. citizens for certain types of visas, the United States will impose a reciprocal fee on citizens of that country, area of authority for similar types of visas, right? Reciprocity, reciprocal fee, reciprocity. Fee payment information is available on the website of the embassy or consulate where you will apply. L visa applicants included in an L blanket petition must also pay the fraud prevention and detection fee and may need to pay the Border Security Act fee. Select all fees to learn more. Gather requirement documentation. Gather and prepare the following required documents before your visa interview: passport, non-immigrant visa application forms, DS-160 confirmation page, application fee payment receipt, folder, petition receipt number, L visa applicants, passport, valid for at least 6 months beyond your period of stay in the United States, unless exempt by country-specific agreements. Each person included in a single passport needs a separate visa application. Non-immigrant visa application form. Application fee payment receipt if you are required to pay before your interview. Photo. You will upload your photo while completing the online form DS-160. If the photo upload fails, you must bring one printed photo in the format explained in the photograph requirements. Petition receipt number as it appears on your petition for a non-immigrant worker form I-129 or a notice of action form I-797. L visa applicants included in an L blanket petition must bring form I-129S to the interview. Okay. Each person included in a single passport needs a separate visa application. I think in a single passport can have multiple persons, right? That's strange. Legal rights and protections. H-1B, H-2A, and H-2B visa applicants should read the legal rights and protections pamphlet before applying for a visa. The pamphlet includes information on your rights in the United States and protection available to you. Additional documentation may be required. Review the instructions on how to apply for a visa on the website of the embassy or consulate where you will apply. Additional documents may be requested to establish if you are qualified. Most visa applicants, except H-1B and L, need to show their intent to return to their home country after their temporary stay in the United States. They can do so by showing proof of compelling ties to the home country, which may include a residence abroad which you do not intend to abandon, your family relationships, your economic situation, your long-term plans. Attend your visa interview. During the visa interview, a consular officer will determine if you are eligible for the visa. The consular officer will also determine if the visa category is appropriate for your purpose of travel. You will need to establish that you meet the requirements under U.S. law to receive the category of visa for which you are applying. Ink fee, digital fingerprint scans will be taken as a part of your application process. Ink-free digital fingerprint scans will be taken as part of your application process. Ink-free digital fingerprint scan. Yeah, I'll just remember the phrase, man. Ink-free digital fingerprint scans will be taken as a part of your application process. Ink-free digital fingerprint scans will be taken as a part of your application process. After your visa interview, your application may need further administrative processing. A consular officer will inform you if further processing is necessary for your application. Depending on your nationality, you may need to pay a visa issuance fee. You must pay this fee when the visa is approved. The embassy will explain how your passport with visa will be returned to you. Review the visa processing time to learn how soon your passport with visa will generally be ready for pickup or delivery by the courier. Entering the United States. A visa allows a foreign citizen to travel to a U.S. port of entry, generally an airport. A visa also allows you to request permission to enter the United States. A visa does not guarantee entry into the United States. U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) officials at the port of entry have authority to permit or deny admission to the United States. When admitted, you may get an admission stamp or Form I-94 arrival departure record. Review the CBP website to learn more about entry requirements and customs restrictions. Extending your stay. You must leave the United States on or before the date indicated on your admission stamp or Form I-94. You can request to extend your stay by contacting USCIS. Visit USCIS's Extend Your Stay website for more information. Failure to leave the United States on time will result in your being out of status. Under U.S. law, visas of travelers who are out of status are automatically voided. Section 222G of the Immigration and Nationality Act. If you had a multiple entry visa and it has voided due to you being out of status, it will not be valid for future entries into the United States. Out of status. Failure to leave the United States on time will result in you being out of status. Failure to leave the United States on time may also result in your being ineligible for visas you may apply for in the future. Review visa denials and ineligibilities and waivers laws to learn more. So you shouldn't be out of business, out of status, right? Change of status. While in the United States, you may be able to request a change to another non-immigrant category. See Change My Non-Immigrant Status on the USC's website to learn more. Requesting a change of status does not require that you apply for a new visa as long as you remain in status. Remain in status. Remain out of status. Right? Remain in status. Remain out of status. If you cannot remain in status while USCIS processes your change of status request, you must apply for a visa at a U.S. Embassy consulate. Additional information. The approval of a petition does not guarantee that you will get a visa. Do not make your final travel plans or buy tickets until you have a visa. Spouse and children. Your spouse and unmarried minor children may also apply for the same visa category as you to accompany or join you. The only exception is for cultural exchange visitor Q1 visa applicants. You must be able to show that you will be able to financially support your family in the United States. For more information, visit USCIS's Temporary Workers Information and Employment Authorization website. Unless canceled or revoked, a visa is valid until its expiration date. Unless canceled or revoked. Therefore, a valid U.S. visa is an expired passport is still valid. What the fuck? Therefore, a valid U.S. visa in an expired passport is still valid. If you have a valid visa in your expired passport, do not remove it from your expired passport. You may use your valid visa in your expired passport along with a new valid passport for travel and admission to the United States. Yeah, fuck with my cold. I don't have cold, but I have coughing, man. Cold is gone, but coughing remains. Visa denial and ineligibility. Visa renewal. I was refused a visa under Section 214B. May I reapply? You may not. Misinterpretation or fraud. Citizen of Canada and Bermuda. Further questions. Well, they sounds like Q&A sessions, but so this article gives us good insight into the legitimate process of getting a visa, temporary worker visa, right? H-1A, H-1B, H-2A1, L, various stuff. So if you are talented, then you can get a visa easily. First, a labor certification is required, then petition of non-immigrant worker on your behalf by the employer, and then interview and the visa issuance number. Then you can enter America at the preferred uh, port of entry, right? Usually an airport. So that's it. But before I go to bed, I would like to go over this one. Consular officers have the discretion to interview any applicant regardless of age, out of status, in status, right? Out of status, in status, and also in support of the applicant, right? In support of the applicant. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful, great Saturday wherever you are, or Sunday if you are in Korea or Japan. And if you want to learn English from me, please contact me. I will give you hard training and you will be competent in no time. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.